It is day 14. Last night I stayed in this cool little Airbnb. The owner had bought this hunting cabin that was like this wagon on wheels, and had brought it to her farm and refurbished it. So I slept there for the night. This morning I got up and drove north from Dazey to Cooperstown, and then went to the Ronald Reagan Minuteman nuclear missile historic site, something like that. It was basically this the Oscar Zero missile alert facility at Command and Control Center, where it was part of the 321st Strategic Missile Wing, and it was one of the 15 missile alert facilities that were part of that wing that controlled the missile silos in the area. So they had, I want to say, 150 silos in the area and 450 nuclear warheads, and so those were all controlled by these missile alert facilities. And during the Cold War, I think it was built in '64 and then went out of commission in '91 after the START Treaty came into effect. But anyway, yeah, I got a tour of the upstairs area where there was security and people kind of watching me enter and exited, and then the downstairs area, the bunkers that were like 50 feet deep and encased in these 4 feet walls of just like concrete footballs, and that's where they actually controlled the missiles. Now I'm headed on 94 West to Bismarck. I'm now headed out of Bismarck. It was a very dispersed town. It was kind of hard to find a central downtown area that was, walkable with shops and restaurants and all that. And even then, after I found it, was pretty sparse. So anyway, yeah, I walked around the town a little bit. I went to their historical museum, heritage center thing, which was cool. They had some exhibits on, like the dinosaurs that were in the area however long ago, and then some more modern exhibits about the missile silos in the area, about farming, oil, mining in the area, a bunch of that kind of stuff. After that was right next to the state capitol, so I checked out the state capitol as well. The Lonely Planet guidebook I'm using right at the state capitol is described as the skyscraper of the prairie, but that it looks more like the Stalinist School of Dentistry, which I thought was pretty apt, and I'll show a picture of that. There were some logistics things as well. I grabbed some crackers, bananas, and some of the prepackaged ready-made salads from Target, and I went to a coffee shop, did some more planning, figured out kind of what I'm going to do in this next stretch, which is, from Teddy Roosevelt National Park down to the Badlands and the Black Hills in South Dakota, out across Wyoming, to Cody and Jackson Hole and the Yellowstone area, and then up across Montana to Glacier National Park, into Washington to Mount Rainier, and then down California to Yosemite, which is kind of the real core of the trip and probably what I'm most excited about. And so my mom's going to fly out for part of that. I might meet a friend for part of that. Might stay at another friend's house for part of that. So I'm just trying to get all those dates nailed down, figure out exactly what I'm doing. From Bismarck, I'm headed north to Washburn, North Dakota. From there, I'm going to take the Sakakawea Trail, which I think is the same as the Sacagawea Trail. Out west, stop by a few places, and then go to my campsite for the night at Little Missouri State Park, which is right in the middle of the Badlands in North Dakota. Passed through the town of Washburn and then crossed over the Missouri River on my way out here on the Sacagawea Trail. Honestly, some of these towns seem less like towns than they do like grain depots where everything's stored before it's shipped off, which is probably not far from the truth. But Lewis and Clark did stay here for a winter, or at least right around here at Fort Mandan, like a couple miles away.